10 shocking things found at the airport. If you've ever taken a trip via airplane, you know how thorough the TSA is in making sure that nothing that isn't allowed to get through the airport gets through. Well, you probably suspect that this has led to staff members at airports all around the world finding some pretty strange items. And you would be absolutely correct. Today we're going to be discussing 10 shocking things found at airports around the world. And hey, if you enjoyed today's video, please be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And slam that notification bell so that you don't miss any of our amazing uploads. Pistol in a PC. Nowadays, electronics are brought on trips all the time. I mean, think about the last time you flew. How many people were on their laptops or other devices? Almost everyone who wasn't asleep, right? So it's perfectly normal for the TSA or airport security to find a computer in someone's checked luggage. Well, there was one scenario where that was much less common than any other time. At the George Bush International Airport, the TSA officials were searching someone's checked bags and stumbled across a desktop PC. You know, the big tower part of the computer that holds all of the important components, which at first wasn't strange, but once they opened it up, they were shocked to find a fully assembled and loaded 9mm pistol. It had been wrapped in plastic bags and covered in putty-type material that was presumably used as an attempt to get it past any dogs or other forms of detection. This clearly didn't work. Human skin pills. The next one is crazy. I mean, I know that in today's world a lot of people are very health conscious, and that's a great thing. There's nothing wrong with staying healthy. But did you know that in some cultures they believe that consuming human skin can increase the amount of energy or stamina you have? This is typically found in a few cultures in the Far East. Well, you might know where this is going. A group of custom officers in a South Korean airport discovered what they at first thought was just vitamins, but what the pills really were was much darker than that. They were capsules that contained human skin, and I'm talking thousands of these pills. It's said that the pills were being brought in from China, though it's unclear if that's where they originated or not. Lipstick Taser. Traveling alone can be very stressful and frightening for anybody, but it can be even more intense for women who are traveling alone because of how scary the world can be right now. So it's not uncommon to see women arming themselves with pepper spray or tasers in order to give themselves an extra layer of safety. And honestly, I think anyone who can carry some form of protection like a stun gun or a mace should, just because you never know what's going on in someone's head or what could happen. But trying to bring a weapon, even if it's for your own protection, into the airport is something you should never do. And this woman was stopped in Vermont, and it was discovered that she was carrying a taser on her that was concealed as a lipstick. But this thing was more like a cattle prod, as the average taser has a voltage at around 50,000 volts. This lipstick taser measured at 350,000 volts. That's 7 times as powerful as the standard taser, and it's all in a compact and concealed casing. Cocaine stuffed in goat meat. One of the most popular forms of contraband other than narcotics happens to be exotic foods. And the reason why a lot of that is stopped by customs is that they don't want it bringing over any foreign insects or bacteria that could be dangerous to the environment in their area, which makes total sense when you think about it. Well, at John F. Kennedy Airport in New York City in 2014, a known criminal was stopped while trying to travel with what appeared to be normal goat meat. And I'm not sure if this would have been a problem at first, but because the man named Yudhishthir Maharaj was a known criminal, the meat was searched and it was discovered that he was trying to smuggle a brick of cocaine inside of the wrapped goat meat. 200 tarantulas. If you ask a room full of people who like spiders, and if everyone is being honest, at least half of the people are going to say, no, they freak me out. Well, how would you feel if you were working at an airport searching through someone's luggage and all of a sudden you find a huge tarantula stashed inside? I'd freak out, so I can't imagine how these security officers felt. At Amsterdam's Schiphol Airport, a bag was taken from a German couple who were returning home from South America. In the bag, the security officers found not 1, not 2, but 200 bags, each containing a rare tarantula. That's right, 200 tarantulas in a bag. The couple planned to take them home for some reason, but this, of course, was not allowed. $1.2 million in gold. Did you know that India is the largest consumer of gold in the world? And by that, we mean not only is the most gold traded and dealt with there, but it's also a place that's full of gold smugglers. So it's not surprising when airports in India catch people trying to smuggle gold to or from the country. But what's surprising is when the gold is found, seemingly unattended. While performing a routine cleaning of an airplane that was traveling from Mumbai to Bangkok, the person cleaning found a huge surprise in the bathroom. Not a gross one either. No, this one was worth around $1.2 million. The employee discovered 24 gold bars stashed inside the bathroom on board the plane. A fishy skirt. The next one was found in Melbourne International Airport. You see, in 2005, a woman was making her way through the airport when a security officer noticed something odd. He was looking at the woman's skirt and noticed movement that he didn't think was normal, and when he approached her, she seemed suspicious. This made her subject to being searched. Upon searching her, the security officer quickly realized what was causing the movement. Inside secret pockets that had been stitched into the inside of a skirt was a bunch of bags filled with water, and in those bags were a total of 51 tropical fish that she was trying to smuggle. Hand grenades. Can you believe that someone actually tried to bring hand grenades onto a flight, as if it wasn't a problem? Someone tried to board a plane with a total of 4 hand grenades in his carry-on bag. Without a question, the grenades were taken from him, and they made sure all other passengers were safe. They then arrested the man who was trying to bring explosives onto the flight, which isn't surprising at all. Cannonballs. Have you ever watched those videos on YouTube of divers that go exploring really deep down and end up finding small treasures or items that people have lost? Usually, they're finding things like phones or sunglasses that got dropped off into the water and were presumably lost. Well, in this case, a diver ended up finding a cannonball while they were exploring an old shipwreck. And thinking the item was interesting, the diver wanted to take it home. So innocently, they checked the cannonball and with their luggage. However, security saw this as a potential danger, and because they couldn't be sure whether or not the cannonball was an explosive or not, they ended up having to evacuate almost 100 passengers in order to ensure everyone's safety. 8-year-old child in a suitcase. Last but not least, we have something really bizarre. I know the cost of flying is getting pretty crazy, but that's no excuse for stuffing a child in a suitcase and checking him in his luggage. That's right. Authorities discovered an 8-year-old boy who'd been smuggled into Spain on a flight from Morocco. He was successfully smuggled in by being curled up inside a suitcase and checked in with the other bags. I'm surprised he made it out of the first airport, but sure enough, he was discovered in Spain, and hopefully everything is now all right for him. I would never have guessed that people would try to bring things like 200 tarantulas or 51 fish onto an airplane, but clearly that's something that's bound to happen sometimes. Let us know in the comments below some of the weird things you've tried or managed to get through the airport. We'd love to hear from you, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all our uploads.